Hello and welcome to another episode of Beer Club. This is episode 12, and as you can see, I've got the Mother's Tavern all done up nicely for Christmas. We've got the tree there, we've got the lights up and what have you, and of course I'm wearing a ridiculous hat. So that must mean it is the Beer Club Christmas special, and is also the last episode of 2020. This month we're going to be finishing off the year with the Beer 52 Awards and a look back of the best beers and breweries over the last 12 months. But first, let's go over to Perfect Draft Keg of the Month. As mentioned in my previous episode, I decided to give Stella Artois a go on Perfect Draft because it was on special offer at the time. And you got some free glasses, beer mats and a stainless steel foam skimmer with it from Beerhawk. So now that we've got it in the Perfect Draft, what is it like? Oh, look at that.
Bit heady.
Bit heady. Oh, but you can use the scraper. There we go. There we go.
No, it's a waste of beer.
You're probably wondering, why am I looking at something like Stella Artois on a beer review show about craft ales? Well, that is a good point. I should mention, however, that the version of Stella Artois on Perfect Draft is in fact the Belgian Leuven version, which is rather different to the Stella that is produced in Blackburn and sold to supermarkets and pubs across the UK. This Belgian version is a far superior beer to what we usually get in this country, and if you're going to be drinking Stella, this is really the only way to be doing it. I promise you, if you get the chance to try this Leuven version, you may never touch the British version ever again. So by all means, give it a go. Now, I've had a few more Perfect Draft kegs delivered this month from Beerhawk, mainly to use up my beer tokens that I got left over for the rest of the year. So I've gone for another Lef Noel for the festive season, as well as an old favourite with Magic Rock's High Wire Grapefruit, which I've reviewed here on the show before. Magic Rock actually have a new keg that they've just released for Perfect Draft, and that is an oatmeal stout called Dark Arts. Now, what makes this rather special is that this is the first stout beer on the Perfect Draft machine. This became available just after I'd already spent my beer tokens, so yeah, didn't have any beer tokens left over to get this, but rest assured I'll be planning on getting a keg of this for reviewing purposes, of course, very, very soon. Lastly, I got in a keg of Lisa, which I was originally drawn to because that's my wife's name, funnily enough. I rather enjoyed having this on draft back when the pubs and clubs were originally allowed to be open. So I look forward to trying that and all these other beers that I've picked up on Perfect Draft, and perhaps get around to reviewing them later. So stay tuned for those popping up in a future episode. Let's go on to the Beer 52 box itself. The bar stack this month is the Love Corn. This time we've got salt and vinegar flavour, which we've not had before. This is definitely my favourite flavour of all the Love Corns we've had previously in the box. It's quite a strong taste of salt and vinegar, but I really liked it, and it did sort of linger on the tongue for quite a while. In fact, it actually lingered on the fingers for a while, so if you're there looking at your fingers afterwards, you get like another strong hit of salt and vinegar. So yeah, very nice. Would definitely go for these again. So I'm going to go through the beers, and I'm going to sort of mention what awards that particular brewery won. Buxton Brewery got 2 awards, the Gold Award for the UK Champion Brewery and the award for the Best Single Hop IPA with their Lupulus X Simcoe IPA, and this was actually featured in Beer 52's Summer Beers box back in July of this year, and I actually reviewed this back in Beer Club episode 7, so let's go back in time and re-watch the review of that. So this is another Indian Pale Ale in this month's box that comes out in this striking sort of hazy orange colour. On the aroma you've got your tangerine, your peach, your sort of citrusy smells. Looks like the type of beer that you'd probably like to have on holiday. I know I certainly would. That citrus then comes through into what's a rather tarty taste with a bit of dryness at the end. It's very refreshing though, and it'll cut through any thirst that you might have on a hot sunny day like this. So yes, a very enjoyable beer. I would have liked to have seen this in the box again. I certainly wouldn't have objected. Instead, we do get a different beer from Buxton Brewery. We get Ace Edge. This is actually a special edition of Buxton's flagship pale ale, Axe Edge. But this one is brewed with the addition of Sorachi Ace hops that provide plenty of citrusy lemon notes to complement the bitterness just nicely. The winner of the Best Pale Ale was the Hebden Bridge-based Vocation Breweries Divide and Conquer. Very happy to see them get an award. Hebden Bridge, not too far from where I like to go drinking. Had quite a number of their beers and always enjoyed them. And I'd like Divide and Conquer to have been in the box. Instead of that, we got Bigger Boat. This is a hazy pale ale with soft fruity flavours and a little bitterness to make this a very drinkable beer. Really enjoyed this. Probably one of my favourite ones in the box, if I'm being honest. The Best Artwork Award went to Brighton-based brewery Lost and Found ABL. Now, we got to see some great examples of the sort of artwork they have on their cans in the very first episode of Beer Club that I recorded. Representing Lost and Found in the Beer 52 box this month was Trio J, which was part of the 10-pack upgrade. This is a hazy, juicy New England IPA that is low on bitterness and high in hop profile. This has a full body with tropical notes of peaches and apricots that results in a beer that really packs a punch. Fantastic stuff, really enjoyed this one as well. The winner of the Best Dessert Stout was the White Hag's Dark Druid Salted Caramel Pastry Stout. An excellent beer that we got in the Island themed box back in April. Again, I reviewed this previously on a previous episode of Beer Club, episode 4. So let's go back in time and take a look at that review. So first up, we have a couple of beers from the White Hag. The first one being the Dark Druid. This is, get this, a salted caramel pastry stout. Yeah, I didn't know what to make of this either when it arrived. It's like a dessert in a can. Infused with Atlantic sea salt and rich caramel, this is a sweet, luxurious and decadent taste experience. Sweet, smooth and malty, very surprising, very nice. Really enjoyed this. So we didn't get that in the box, I'm afraid, but we did get something just as good, in my opinion. The Dark Druid Chocolate Orange Pastry Stout, which came as part of the mixed case. This thick, velvety stout is fermented with milk chocolate as a base for the tangy citrus orange. The roasted stout creates a silky, rich finish with a hint of citrus. Hey, it wouldn't be Christmas without a chocolate orange in your stocking. It's just that my chocolate orange this year is going to be in a can, and instead of being in the stocking, it comes in a Beer 52 box, so I'm happy. The winner of the Best Porter went to the Aberdeen-based Fierce Beer and their Cafe Racer. Again, this isn't in the box, but there is a collaborative beer that they did with Beer 52 called Peanut Riot, which came as part of the mixed case. This is a dark, velvety smooth porter with aromas of peanut, and it tastes like a certain branded roasted peanut and chocolate bar. I don't know if you may have heard of it, but yes, this is delicious, very, very nice, and a good collaboration. The Best Newcomer Award went to Full Circle Brew Company. Representing them in the box, we have Repeater, and very pleased to see that this came in a large can as part of the 12-pack upgrade. This pours out as a pale straw colour and hits you immediately with its aroma of citrus and tangerine. The taste offers a subtle but firm bitterness to balance out the malt and the hops, leaving a very refreshing taste in the mouth. Again, another one of my favourites, I think, in this box. Really enjoyed this one. And the winner of the US Championship Brewery was the Virginia Beer Company. Representing them in the box, we have the Double Free Verse. Again, this is a large can that came as the 12-pack upgrade. This is all of the best parts of their flagship IPA, Free Verse, but double that, times 2 that, double the malt, double the hops. including a double dry hop, and a heftier ABV to match. Dominant notes of fresh mango and pineapple are followed by a touch of dank pine to the finish, which leads to this again being another one of my favourite beers from this box. Siren Brewery walked away with 2 awards. Very pleased about this. I've gotten heavily into Siren this year. Recommended it to a few of my friends as well. The 2 awards that they won are the Silver Award in the UK Champion Brewery and the award for the Best Session Beer with Lumina. Again, this was featured previously in Beer 52's Summer Beer Box. So again, let's go back in time and take a look at that review. And by the way, there's been quite a few beers in the Summer Beers Box that have later gone on to win an award, so I think it's safe to say that the Summer Beers Box was probably the best one that we received from Beer 52 this year. Anyway, let's go on over and have a look at that review. Next up from Siren Craft Beer, we have the Lumina Session IPA. Now, I've had a beer or two from Siren before, again courtesy of Beer 52, and they've never failed to disappoint so far. What we've got here is a lovely, spicy, peppery aroma to the beer to begin with. A bit of orange peel in there. There's a lot of flavours to enjoy upon drinking the beer. Very fruity, crisp and refreshing. Again, with that touch of spiciness, that touch of pepper in there. We've got like a really nice balance there between the spiciness, the pepperiness and the fruitiness. It's very enjoyable on a hot sunny day. In fact, while I was having this, my wife was having a rum cocktail while I was enjoying this, and even Miko the dog wanted to come and say hello, so hello. So again, I wouldn't object to having that beer actually back in the box, but instead from Siren we have Cold Blooded, which came as part of the mixed case. This is a cold steeped porter designed to hit the spot when the weather turns. There's a gorgeous chocolatey base to this, with roasty notes layered amongst coffee and a subtle smokiness. This beer pours out silky smooth and has a very satisfying, rich taste. The Garden Brewery is another brewery that I'm really pleased to see win an award. They've been consistently good. There's been a number of beers that's appeared in Beer 52, including the very first box that I received that I didn't actually get round to reviewing because I drank them all over Christmas. But they've never failed to disappoint, and I'm very pleased to see that they've got an award in the Beer 52 Awards. They are a Croatian-based brewery. They've had a number of great beers, including again in the Summer Beers box. And they won 2 awards as well from Beer 52. They won the Gold Award for EU Champion Brewery and the award for the Best Low ABV with their Micro IPA. In the box we have the Quebec Session IPA. My apologies if I have not pronounced that correctly. This is another great beer from this brewery, a juicy and refreshing Session IPA with a tropical aroma. Delicious. The winner of the best lager was ABK and their Hell Das. However, in the box we got Edel instead. We had some very enjoyable beers from ABK in last month's Oktoberfest themed box, and this one is no different. Edel is a German lager with a strong, full body and a fine, lingering hop finish. This beer is traditionally brewed and served as the typical Bavarian festival beer. So if the ongoing situation has stopped you from attending such a festival this year, such a sort of beer festival, you can at least enjoy a traditional beer from one at home. The One to Watch award went to Monyo Brewing Company and their Cherry Hero, which is included in the box. And as the name suggests, this is a fruity beer with plenty of cherries that make for a sweet, tarty taste, but not so overwhelming that it doesn't still taste like a beer. The Silver Award for EU Champion Brewery went to Polish-based brewery Browarstwo Mostal, who also won the Innovation Award for their Nitro series, one of which is included in the box with the Chocolate Nitro Salamander Milk Stout, which came as part of the mixed case. Now, there is a special way of serving this type of beer. You've got to pour nitro beers into a glass, and you've got to do it quickly. None of this sort of slow pouring business. got to be poured in quickly at a temperature of 7 degrees Celsius, and then you've got to warm up the beer glass in your hands up to 10 to 14 degrees Celsius. Hopefully I've done this right. I'm sure there'll be someone in the comment section that will point out otherwise. The dominating flavours are chocolate, caramel and coffee, with lactose and milk sugar being used to give the beer more body and sweetness. There's a lovely creamy texture and a beautiful beer head full of tiny bubbles. This is an excellent piece of work and an excellent dark stout, and very worthy of the awards that it's won. Okay, and that is it for the beers in this box. I should point out in other awards, the People's Choice Award went to Tiny Rebel. Their Key Lime Lager was meant to be in the box this month as part of the light case selection, but I didn't get this as I have the mixed case. But I have already tried Key Lime Lager on Perfect Draft and very much enjoyed it. It's a crisp and hoppy lager with a refreshing twist of key lime. Although, to be honest, I think they probably should have released this a little sooner in the year, maybe in the summer. It's definitely more of a summer beer. Drinking this was just making me long for the sunny days on the beach to return, so I'm sure I'll be getting another keg of that when the warmer weather returns. So that is it for Beer Club this year. This is the final episode of 2020. Now, what I'm going to do is actually give Beer Club a break for a bit, as I'll be giving the alcohol a miss after Christmas, to try and get rid of the belly that I've gained over 2020 and the lockdowns that the United Kingdom have found themselves in. I have noticed in the last couple of videos that I've done that I'm starting to look a bit of a chunky boy, so we can't be having that now, can we? So I'm going to go back to the gym once it reopens, and I'm going to be laying off the beer for a bit. Beer Club will return in 2021, so I'll see you then. Hopefully I'll be looking a tad more svelte than I'm doing now. So that's my hope anyway.